So if you want to hear any lore, and I mean any lore whatsoever, make sure you're in the new Discord once a week. I'll ask a question. First person to get the question right gets to pick lore for the week. And this week's lore is on the Vault Boy from the entire Fallout series. Now, he's the corporate mascot of Vault-Tec, and he shows up in adverts, manuals, training videos, products, and holotaped games. There's also the Vault Girl, which is the female counterpart of the Vault Boy. One thing that I really wanted to point out, which I didn't realize, I knew of, but didn't realize. Do you ever have one of those things where you know of it, but you don't know of it type deals, type beats? Is that each game, more or less, has a different look to the Vault Boy. So starting in Fallout 1, he's kind of more slim, but he's got kind of a bulkier chest. Come Fallout 2, he's a little more portly. Now, in Fallout 1, all of the illustrations are done by a George Almond. And this is this is something that I think is interesting, that it's the same corporate mascot, but from game to game is done slightly different. So Almond does it in this very, and I'll talk about it later, the Monopoly Man, which actually, he's got a great name. I don't remember it offhand, but it's in the notes. It's based off of him originally, and then he's a little more thick. I feel like he's a little more like a straight, streamlined design for Fallout 2. New Vegas, he's slim. There's probably a picture behind me of all of them, but New Vegas, he's slim, and then we get down to Fallout 3's, 4's, and 76's, and he's kind of this uniform, streamlined design. I'm sorry, and also Brian Menzies did all of Fallout New Vegas's. Fallout 2 was by Tamrel Ray Isaac, but on this is also saying that Brian Mays did a number of them for Fallout 2 as well. But then when we get to 3, 4, and 76, they're all done by Natalia Smirnova, who did the 3 games under Bethesda. And it's just, I think it's super interesting to see kind of how it's the same general idea, but kind of gets passed around. I'm looking at another figure. This is a Fallout 4 figure. I don't remember what he's from, but I just have him. And he's just kind of chunky. He kind of reminds me of the Pillsbury Doughboy. He's got a little belly on him. He's a cute little boy. Don't clip that. Don't take that out of context. But and then you have stylized stuff, of course. The bobbleheads that I have and the figurines that I have and whatnot. Some of the media that you can find the Vault Boy in is the Pit-Boy interface, Hell's Chain Gang, a comic, Nuka Tapper, the holotape game, the Fallout 4 manual, Pitfall, the holotape game, Red Menace, again, a game, Underground Life, a comic, the Vault Dweller's Survival Guide, Fallout 3 promotional items, Vault Dweller's Survival Guide, Pocket, Reference Edition, a guidebook, the Fallout 76 animated shorts. The Fallout 4 animated shorts to this day are still incredible. They still slap. I don't care what anybody says. I shit on that game all the time, and I shit on it because I love it, and I feel like it should have been better. But those 7 trailers that were the special videos, incredible. Such a genius idea. To this day, I love them. If I boot up Fallout 4, when I was still playing it heavy, when I would boot it up, I was I'm watching it. Strength pops up, charisma pops up, luck, intelligence, and endurance, charisma, agility, I'm watching it. The Wasteland holotape game, What Makes You Special, what I was talking about before, and the Your Special book, he's appeared in every single game. He has become the de facto mascot of the game, which is cool. I'm not against it. I have a little bit of a problem with some of it, which I was talking about some of the merch stuff, which I'll get into later. My main problem is that the Vault Boy was supposed to be a direct parody, and this is not lore. This is opinion time. It's supposed to be a direct parody of capitalism. It is supposed to be greed incarnate. It is supposed to be what happens when you have a mascot peddle its wares to the public, and it's an evil corporation, and they go, I like this silly little smiling man. I want to give him my money. And that's what it's become. Everything, I hate when I see, before it was Vault Boy everywhere, I hated to see the Vault Boy with Nuka-Cola because it was nowhere in the game. It didn't exist. And I was that's just the 2 pieces of iconography from the game. I mean, that's what Bethesda has done with the Vault Boy and Nuka-Cola and the Brotherhood. more or less. I feel like they should ease up on pretty much the three of them, like extensively. Have a billboard, have a poster, of course. The fact that I had like Vault Boy armor for my power armor in 76, when the would that have happened? He's also, like I said earlier, he's based off the Monopoly man, whose real name is Rich Uncle Pennybags. And Monopoly was supposed to be a critique of capitalism bad. Like, this is what happens when one person control, like, this is why it's called Monopoly. Monopoly, one of many. You own one of many. It's what happens when one person owns everything. Not good. Community is where it is at, folks. We will get away from opinions right now. We're not going to get away from opinions right now. I've lied. This is the bobblehead for barter. I've had this problem for a very long time. If this is the bobblehead for barter, and it is pre-war, why does the pre-war bobblehead have a bottle cap? This doesn't make sense. If he had a bag of money, I'm with you. This doesn't make any sense. This bothers me, but since I love barter and charisma and what have you, it doesn't bother me. I mean, he sits on my little jar of caps, but still, I don't know. I just wanted to throw that in there. Don't yell at me. I pay my taxes on time. Fuck you. The Vault Boy is also used for all of the achievement icons. For 3, New Vegas, 4, and 76. If you get an achievement, real quick, here is a Vault Boy achievement. Neat, right? It's pretty cool. Depending on what it is, it could be anything for the game, from the game. The Nuka-Cola one where he's holding the bottle, that's the only time that ever showed up that I could think of. Genuinely. For the Sarah Petrovita quest, there is the one where he looks like Batman for the Superhuman Gambit. There's a bunch of others. I'm having a hard time remembering. Please stop yelling at me. I'm a good boy. Now, here's where it kind of gets a little confusing. For me, at least. In Fallout 1, the Pip-Boy you have is a Pip-Boy 2000, right? Love the design of it. Like, if anything, my favorite kind of design, because it feels like the Pip-Boy is more of a suitcase. It's not on you. It's a device. It feels almost kind of Gek-esque. This version of the Vault Boy that's on it is completely different. There's a picture of him right here. I really like this design. I refer to it as the elf design or the OG design or whatever. He has pointy ears. His suit in Fallout 76, this version of it is referred to as the Vault Boy 2000 because it's on a 2000. As much as we shit on 76, I mean, I do, but, you know, I feel like a lot of people do. This Pip-Boy is the best Pip-Boy. It's super dusty. I don't clean my shelf. I think Fallout stuff looks better when it's dusty. This is the best Pip-Boy. By far, the best Pip-Boy. Design-wise, immaculate. The grate, the little speaker, the little switchy switches on the side. But on top, what I really want to show, let me undustify that, there is a Pip-Boy plaque. Come on, focus, damn it. The Pip-Boy Model 2000 Mark V. Behind me, I'm going to display it real quick. It's the Pip-Boy 2000 from Fallout 1. And on it has the Vault Boy in the original, or I'm going to call it the OG colorway of red and yellow. I love the old school design. I love how they modernized it. I very much enjoy that shit. In the earlier games, in a lot of the promotional stuff and in the manuals, he's referred to as Vault Man. And then he gets referred to as Vault Boy. When I get to the notes and when I get to the behind the scenes and notes on the wiki and whatnot, yeah, I believe it addresses it. Now, the character was originally designed, and there should be the OG design behind me somewhere, was originally designed by Leonard Boyarsky, based partly on Rich Uncle Pennybags from the Monopoly board game. Now, this part isn't technically canon. It comes from an interview on a blog called Duck and Cover. And then drawn for Fallout by George Almond, like I said prior, for the first few cards, and then by Termel Ray Isaac, who finalized the look of the character as he's known today. Like I said, he was based off of Rich Uncle Pennybags, and he had a much larger head in the original design. Brian Mays was responsible for all of the Vault Boy images, all of the new Vault Boy images in Fallout 2 and Fallout New Vegas, and largely followed Isaac's finalized design. Natalie Smirnova drew all of the Vault Boy images for 3, 4, and 76, and further animated in 4 and 76. They're easily recognizable with a short, stout, and They're short and stout and have beadier eyes. Fallout Tactics were drawn. Just take out Tactics. Just take that out. Leonard Boyarsky said that the first Vault Boy concept art, that this is the first ever drawing of the skill guy, as I originally called him. I did it to show everyone what I was going on about, and it was given to George Almond, who did the first few initial cards, and began the progression from what you see in the pick to the final version. T. Ray Isaacs, the other fellow I was talking about, then took over the cards and did the rest of finalizing the look. He also appears in the 2002 action-adventure third-person shooter game, Run Like Hell, Hunt or Be Hunted, a game that was also made by Interplay on candy bars called Pip-Boy Protein Bars. That's cool. And then with the Vault Boy buff-out addiction image on them. Neat. The Vault Boy bobblehead also appears in id Software's Rage. In Doom 2016, the Vault Boy appears in-game and as part of the UAC's line of Marine Guy toys, fittingly as the Vault Guy. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from 2018. The Vault Boy also appears as a DLC Mii costume for a gunner Mii, wielding an alien blaster. It's neat. I would have liked to have seen the Dovahkiin, but whatever. The Vault Boy also appears in one man and a crate full of puppets. Behind me should be a bunch of pictures of the Vault Boy and what have you. That's pretty much him. Super neat idea for lore because it's something so broad. It's not just like, hey, here's the Minutemen. Do the Minutemen. They're in one game. They might be talked about a little bit elsewhere in the future. That's really it. This is something that is the entire series. It's really all I have to say on the Vault Boy. He has made yellow and blue attractive to me again. That, my friends, is lore.